gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animal, let's get it right. Boom.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Chicken Coop build series. We're getting back at it again. You've seen in a couple of videos past now, we were taking care of a lot of odds and end things around the house and around the property here that needed to be done. And unfortunately they took priority over the chicken coop to get those done. But with those squared away, at least now we can come back and start some more work here. In particular, I really want to get the exterior paint on, and that will lead into applying the trim and everything that we painted a couple of videos back. Because I don't want to be trying to work around trim or anything to put on the exterior paint and overlap lines and spill and smear and all that stuff that I'm really good at. Alright, I'm not good at cutting in around small bits of trim and small spaces, so it's definitely in the best interest to get the primary exterior color on while it's in this current condition, and that's what I'm going to do today. Overall, I think most of the tricky bits are done. We did that in white, right? All those window ledges, corners, everything like that. So for the most part, I think the only real fine work that I'll have to do is probably just cutting in around the eaves, and even that's not too big a deal, right? A few brush strokes and that's done. And from there, we can just go right into the roller and hammer it out relatively quick. And on top of it all, I don't need to get inside and be in squat down. I can actually stand up and do all this, which is excellent for the back. Alright, back and legs. My back and legs are not meant to be squatting around in there painting, but we did it. We got two excellent coats on, turned out great. Can't complain. Alright, I think we're good. I'm going to, I've done a little bit of prep before I even started the camera. I cleaned up the brush as best I could from last session. I didn't clean it right after we did the white, so some spots on the handle are dried in white, but I don't really care. That's fine. I'm going to give the paint a good shake and we'll get that put out in the tray. So I'll show you now what color we're using. So this is all Home Depot Bear brand. I went with Firecracker. Alright, got a nice ring to it, and I think it was as close to what my brain pictures as Barnyard Red. That's kind of what that was the idea, right? The Barnyard Red style chicken coop with white trim, and I think this one should give us a nice result. Okay, so if you want to duplicate this color, it is Firecracker at Home Depot in Bear, B-E-H-R, Premium Plus. All right, so this is actually, if you recall, this is what a base is for. A base, right? Exterior matte base, exterior flat, deep base. This is what a base is for. A base is for putting color into. Go figure, all right? So we learned that. Moving on. No regrets, right? Alright, with all that said, I'm going to pop this open. We'll go through that process together, pour it into the tray, and I'm going to take the vents out. And remember, those are as simple as this. There we go, right? I may put a bit of caulking on them, but I think they stay in there pretty secure on their own. Alright, let's get going. Alright, it's time to open this up and get a look. You've already seen the swatch card. Sometimes just seeing the paint itself in person is so much more satisfying than a swatch card. It looks nice. Looks very nice. Let's get some of this put in the tray. as tidy as we can make it. There we go. We are ready to start cutting in. That's a very strong color. There's no real ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's a full coverage application the first go. We'll still do 2 coats, so no worries. And that's it for this side. So we'll do the same along the nesting box and the exit sides, as well as the other end. And from there forward, most of this should just be roller application. Should be fine. So that about sums up the cutting in for the first coat. Time to start rollering. Alright, so not much else to say other than get to it, right? Alright, so first wall review. Fan-freaking-tastic. That's what it is. Absolutely beautiful color. I think it's hitting all the barnyard red style that I was looking for. Going on good, not a problem. So I think we'll keep on pushing forward on this one. Shouldn't take too long to finish up this first coat. And if we get it on in time, I think it's shaping up to be a nice day outside. It's a bit windy, but I may be able to open up the garage doors and get some airflow in here, and that may help to dry this first coat, and we'll get back and do the second coat today as well. And yeah, progress. Let's keep going. So I just had to stop and refill my paint tray, and I thought back to what I said earlier about opening the garage doors to let some air get in around this to help it dry. Yeah, that wouldn't work. This floor is peppered in sawdust and dirt and everything else, and that wind would make pretty much a hurricane of debris in here, and all this work will be covered in that dirt. So my brain finally kicked in on that one before it was too late. Alright, I'm going to keep on painting here now. And there you have it. The first coat of red is on. And I can honestly say that if I leave it like this, it would be fine. The coverage that that paint had was unbelievable, right? I guess where it's such a rich and dark color, it just really, you know, covers that wood right off the bat. Any pencil markings I had made, any kind of blemishes, all that got covered in nicely. So this is just as well to say that this is going to be the finished product of this coat, okay, of this color. We still got some more work to do as far as trim and doors and windows and all that goes. But as far as the red paint going on, I think we're golden, right? This is one coat and it turned out excellent. So to finish up now today, I'm going to give the windows and doors a quick little coat as well. And that should pretty much sum up this video, because I'll probably go in the house, I'll start editing a little bit of this video, and by the time that this is dry enough for its second coat, I'll come out and I'll just do that off camera, because it's really not going to look any different than this does here right now. So in my opinion, you're not going to miss anything, alright, by me doing the second coat off camera. So next episode will likely be putting on windows and the door and see if we can figure it out from there. Maybe some trim. It's kind of a combination of both to do. So it'll be a bit of intricate work, time consuming for sure, but I think we'll be just fine. But today's video, that's where it's going to end, okay? Just the painting. We'll do the doors and windows. That'll finish up the last bit of painting, and we'll call her done for today. In order to set up for painting the windows and doors, what I did, I took some scrap plywood here that we've saved throughout the project. I've used these many times to use as a guide for the skill saw, whatnot, all that stuff. So now I'm just going to find a way to lay these out on these boards and keep from getting paint all over the place. Alright, so we have right and left windows, the chicken exit door, chicken clean out door, and then the main door is going to take up the most space. Let's find a spot right up here for this. Adjust the rest of these accordingly. Give this a little bit of room. Alright, like so. I'll grab the roller, give these a quick coat. Shouldn't take much time at all. Very small pieces, easy to do. Only where it's plywood, you kind of gotta get amongst all the grooves and cracks and nooks, crannies. All that. See, there we go. One door, chicken door done. Now, the problem with what I just did, they're not so bad for this one, but the windows and stuff, I got them laid down with the inside up. I want the outside up. So that was alright to catch that. Because as for the inside, I don't care about that being painted. I just want the weathering capacity of the paint, weatherproofing. Alright, this one here is not a big deal. So I'm pretty sure, you know what, I'm going to have to do that side just in case where it was mirrored that it was the wrong shape for the hole, because that one is not exactly symmetrical. If you go back in the videos, you may find the one when I was doing the chicken exit door, and I never took the extra 1/2 inch off from around the door. So I went back with the skill saw and took it off that way. So of course, being a skill saw up against a vertical wall, free-handed, it didn't exactly end up perfectly symmetrical. So, and I never had a perfect cutout for the door because my initial cut was too small. So I actually had to go and make a new door from scratch. And it pretty much fits in there mostly perfectly, we'll say. But that's going to be the beauty of trim, is to cover up any part where it doesn't fit perfectly. So anyways, moral of the story is I had to flip it over. That one's going to get paint on both sides just because to be extra careful. There we go, just got the clean out door and the main door, and we're done as fast as that. So yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying this series and some of the other content that I've been trying to make for y'all. It takes some time. It definitely adds time to the project, and you know, not so much today. I kind of just set you guys up in one spot and went to it. But you know, on days when we're trying to cover multiple angles of a project, it can add up pretty quick all the time, moving camera around, and really bite into the project time. So if you are enjoying what you're watching, I would definitely appreciate it if you hit that like button, or subscribed, or hit the notification bell. That all helps a lot. It's much appreciated. It's a free way of showing your appreciation for trying to give you something to watch to entertain you. And I'm sure by this point in the video, if I'm not at least entertaining you in some small way, you must have fell asleep with the video on, because you made it this far. Mad respects for all the sleepers out there. Alright, so we'll finish this door and we should be golden. And I'll leave these here and do a second coat on these as well. When it comes to plywood, you kind of gotta give the roller an extra push down sometimes, just to squeeze out a bead of paint that'll go down in the nooks. Works out better that way. Amazing what a bit of color does though, isn't it? Like how fast this has turned from a project looking coupe to almost a finished looking coupe. Right? Now I'm going to be making it a little bit fancier than what it is right now, but you could easily call it done. Slap these windows in on a set of hinges and be done with it. But I've been the crazy coupe guy this long, I might as well finish it off by making it as tidy as I can. Whew. But I tell you something, the other people on YouTube building chicken coops, they definitely make it look a lot easier. I know that much. those guys do it in what, one episode? Now what's this, number 21? I don't know. It's, maybe they, maybe they just do a whole lot of stuff on random days and put it all together real quick. Whereas I'm kind of trying to give you the full experience, you know? Might as well hit the sides of this while I'm at it. Easy as that. Try to put a bit of weather sealing on the side of plywood and on my finger. There we go. Let's dip into a little bit of paint. At least by finishing these off with a bit of paint as well, it might help them slide into their positions a bit more smoothly. Either that, or it's going to do the exact opposite and just create more width to the board. We'll see. Let's see, let's do this one. So not too hard to do these sides, but it could definitely prevent some water entry into the boards in the future. So this may be one of those stitching time saves 9 ordeals. No, it's not really hard what I'm doing here. I'm only balancing these boards with my fingers. This is the only tedious part. Alright, these sides are quick and easy. And last one. There we go. Those are done. So I'll pop my roller in a bag for now. Keep it moist. Because you want to paint moistly. Alright, bad joke, I know. Figured I'd slip it in there though. Okay, so there we have our doors and windows painted. Trim has already been done and laid to the side. Yeah, I think we are looking golden. Alright, so that's going to conclude today's video. You'll know yourselves now that off camera I'm going to just do a second coat on all of this today, and that will be absolutely enough for today. Just want to kind of have a low-key Sunday. It's the 31st today, Sunday. So just aiming for a low-key day. quick little paint job and relax after all the work we did all week with the septic and all that good stuff. We got some plants planted in the planter box. I got a bit of footage of that, and I may throw that in on this video actually, just because it's kind of a little spotty footage. We'll see. If not, I'll just do a quick little video by itself of that. Alrighty, enough rambling. We'll see you guys next time. So, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.